Hi Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I am here today to do the Booktuber Bio Tag. This tag was created by Jessica's library card. Jessica, brilliant video. And I was mentioned in Aaron read a book in his version. So if I mention you in this, you can consider yourself tagged by me. But there are so many of you out there who don't have a Booktube channel, and I think some of these questions would be really interesting to hear your perspective on that. Like, what do you wish was different about Booktube? What do you love most about Booktube? Those kinds of things. So I'd love to hear your response to these questions down below in the comment section. As always, if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can leave an emoji or you can give this video a thumbs up. I totally get it. Question 1, who are you? Share a little about yourself, as much as you feel comfortable. So I live in central Wyoming, and if you are not familiar with American geography, no worries. I'm very close to the Rocky Mountains. If you've heard of Yellowstone National Park, that is in my state. Montana tries to claim it, but no. So that's where I live. I have been married to my wonderful husband Jason for 19 years, and we have a cat named Blue. I just keep learning about myself. I'm a troublemaker. I know, like, I have a conversation with someone, I think everything's fine, and then the next thing I know, I'm getting an email with a completely different perspective on that conversation, and really, like, you know, just like tell me to shut my mouth. Like, tell me to you know, tell me I have an appointment and you have to leave. Like, walk away. That's what I do when I'm having really difficult conversations. I'm like, I need a breather. Like, I try to escape people. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a troublemaker, and I've never been a cool kid. I've never been part of that crowd, and I'm okay with that because I feel like I'm friends with some people who are part of the cool crowd. I really care about some people who are part of the cool crowd, but I also feel like on Booktube, maybe that doesn't matter so much of being a cool kid. I've struggled most of my life to find my place in this world, and I think that's why I invest so much time in my Booktube channel, because I do feel so connected to all of you, even those of you that I don't know anything about, because you never ever leave a comment. So I'm still glad you're here. All right, question 2. How long have you been on Booktube? I started my channel on June 30th of 2018. I sat at my kitchen table and shared my copy of Pride and Prejudice and said, hello, YouTube. That's how it began. Question 3. What kinds of books do you love to read, and has Booktube had an effect on what you read? I like to read classics, and I like to read kind of older books. I want to know that, and I think this has been mentioned in another Booktuber bio, maybe Aaron or Steve Donahue's, I'm not sure, but like, I want to know like something has withstood the test of time, with the exception of the Pulitzer Prizes, because I do read the new Pulitzer Prize for fiction every year. So Booktube has had a huge impact on what I read. I feel much more adventurous. As a reader, which sounds weird because I just said I read classics and I read like older books, but like things that once would have intimidated me, I'm less afraid of, and there are authors that I'm so excited about. And I just grabbed, I would not have found Anthony Trollope. This is my swoon dreamy copy of Dr. Thorne, which is part of the Barsetshire Chronicles series, and I finished his series, this series last year, and then this year I kind of like lost my mind and I bought the entire Palliser series. So I'm really excited. I hope that I can read the first book in that series this year, but my life would definitely be so much poorer without Anthony Trollope in it. So I wish I'd found him earlier in life, but that's okay. Like, the point is I found him, and man, this is such a great series. If you haven't read it, you definitely should. Question 4. What do you enjoy about making Booktube videos? I love the creative process. I have had a lot of jobs where I've been required to do public speaking, and yeah, so it's interesting how many people are like uncomfortable with the camera, or say they are anyway. I think people are better with the camera than they realize, but yeah, like, it is so much easier for me to talk to the camera than it is for me to stand in front of a room of 200 people and talk. And of course, I also have the ability to start over with a video, and I really enjoy hearing your responses because you guys do surprise me. There are lots of times where a video, like, you know, strikes a chord, and yeah, I wasn't expecting it. So, yeah, I really like engaging with all of you in the hopefully in the comment section, and like sometimes that like then veers off to conversations on Instagram messages, or conversations, messages in Goodreads or Voxer. Voxer is such a fantastic tool, and I'm still learning Discord, but yeah, so it's it's really great to feel like, yeah, I'm building friendships, building relationships with other readers. So question 5, what do you not enjoy about making Booktube videos? Yeah, it's such a time. It can be a huge time drain, especially the edit part of it. Sometimes, you know, if it's like super windy here, our internet like kind of comes in and out, and so the upload process just feels like it's taking forever, and I hate that. Question 6, what video on your channel are you most proud of? There's a couple, but I am going to go ahead and say my Alice in Wonderland fake crate. And I will link to that down below. If you don't know what a fake crate is, you can find out. But I spent a ton of time on that video. Hardly anyone has watched it, which is fine. It's zany. It's definitely, it's so much crazier, but it's also so much more creative than most of the videos I make. So it was so much fun. I had just like an absolute blast. I was like, you know, there's 5 views, like, I don't care. Question 7. Is there anything you wish was different on Booktube? I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna sound hypocritical, but, like, I wish we could somehow stop, like, Booktube drama. And I have been part of Booktube drama and that's part of why I'm not one of the, that's part of why I'm not one of the cool kids, which again is okay. Like yeah, like it's just how it goes. But if we as viewers, not as content creators, like as viewers, if we did not go and engage in that, those videos would stop. Having been part of some booktube drama, like I never want to be part of it again, and I can't engage with it. Like I just can't. Question 8. Name 3 books you've reviewed on your channel that you feel represent you as a reader. Okay. I don't know if these really represent me as a reader, but these are 3 like absolutely phenomenal books that I have read on Booktube. The first one, it's been a while since I read this, but Parade's End by Ford Maddox Ford, and I did this as a buddy read, which if you decide to read this, I really recommend reading it as a buddy read because the text is so rich and there's so much complexity to this novel. Of course, I have the edition with Benedict on the cover there, but yeah, like there is so much in this book, and I would have missed a ton of it if I hadn't been reading with somebody who caught on to all of these different themes. Like it was just like a mind-blowing buddy reading experience. Another book, and this is not the book that I used in my review video, but I do think it represents my channel, and it is a video that I'm proud of, is my review of Trust by Hernan Diaz. He won the Pulitzer Prize, along with Barbara Kingsolver and Demon Copperhead in the same year. That's never happened before. I think it's a really, really interesting book. And I had a good time making the review video of it. And then finally, do you hear the people sing? I read and reviewed Les Miserables by Victor Hugo in 2023. I'm very proud of my review video, and I do feel like, yeah, it represents me as a reader and my channel. Name 3 booktubers whose content inspires you. So I'm gonna name a couple people. I'm gonna name more than 3. So the first booktuber who inspires me is Katie from Books and Things. You know, like Katie's channel, I watch the videos and I'm just like, oh my God, like she has been keeping footage for this video for years or an entire year, and like sometimes she just makes videos and I'm like, that is brilliant, like why didn't I think of that? And yeah, I have so much respect for her. You know, she's published 2 novels, which is incredible. I can't wait to hear about novel number 3. Sincerely hope that video's gonna happen before long. But and she, you know, shared the whole publishing process with us, which was just so special. Like I just felt like I was living vicariously through Katie. She's also one of the channels that I first subscribed to when I joined Booktube. So but yeah, Katie's content definitely makes me want to be a better booktuber. And yeah. The next one is Gina from Gina Stan Your Books. And I will tell you, I have spent a lot of time on Voxer talking to Gina. And do you know what? Like in her videos, she's like the same way. She's exactly like the same person. She's the real deal. And I'm really, I'm just always delighted when there's a video from her, because I know it's gonna make me feel good. And I think we all need more of that right now, right? The third booktuber who inspires me is still a smaller channel, but I love Stuart Griffin. I just feel like he's so real. And we don't read a lot of the same things. Like, he's in a bunch of book clubs, which is cool. But yeah, like, I mean, his like music that he's interested in, like, it's just, I'm like, it's just awesome. I just love it when people are just like 100% themselves. It really inspires me. Carm is another, he's not a booktuber. His videos are more about music, but he is, and I don't know how on earth he found my channel. I'm so glad he did though. But Carm, and I will link to his channel down below. Like I said, he makes videos primarily about music, but he is one of the kindest people I have ever encountered. And I like, just like, you can just feel this like gentle spirit like emanating off of the screen. I love that about Carm. And finally, David Novak reads poetry, like, inspires me, because I think he is a truth teller, and I admire, well, for one thing, I mean, the guy wrote a poem about Jimmy Carter and read it on his channel, and that's pretty much a solid way to win me over. So yeah, I loved that video. So anyway, thank you so much, David, for doing that. He's shared some other poems that I also like. Thank you, David. Thank you for saying that, saying something brave. So question 10, share the love. It can be a challenge to find your audience. Name 3 booktubers who you think need more hype. So again, Stuart Griffin. I'll just keep saying it, Stuart, until someone listens to me. Another one is Allie at a Genteel Black Hole. You guys have to check out Allie's channel. You know, it's interesting. I think I found Allie's channel because of a tag that I created, and you know, I always think of other booktubers like a Venn diagram and like what overlaps. And Allie and I really do have like the overlap area is larger than it is with many other booktubers, but like there, like Shakespeare, right, is in the middle there. It's in the center of the Venn diagram there. But there's all these other things that Allie reads, and I remember just watching his like kind of goals for 2025, and there was this whole thing about Terry Pratchett and Discworld, and I was like, what on earth is he talking about? But you know what? He persuaded me. He told me what, if I was ever gonna like a Terry Pratchett novel, what novels to read, and I bought it, and I hope to get to it this year. So, but yeah, he is so genuine and kind, and I want his channel. I want his channel to just explode. Another one is The Ritual of Reading. Now, again, my channel is a little raw, a little rough around the edges. I understand. I get it. Because I'm lazy. Because I'm a troublemaker and I'm not one of the cool kids, and I never will be. And that's okay. But yeah, The Ritual of Reading You know, she doesn't make very many videos a year, but the ones she makes are absolutely spectacular. And of course, I mean, she does live in Paris, so, you know, like, oh, like, there's footage from the Louvre in her videos. But she, every year in December, I mean, I'm just like geared up. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to go with whatever Alexandra at the Ritual of Reading, whatever her advent calendar is. I'm in it. And she's done like different themes every year. And I still haven't watched the first one. I might have to go back. This might be a good time to go back and do that. Anyway, but she is just incredible. And I mean, again, I realize she doesn't make very many videos, but those 25 videos she makes for before Christmas, I mean, it must take at least 6 months. I can't even fathom how long it takes her to make those videos. Like, she must be planning all year long to do those. They're so worth watching. And again, her channel should just be huge. And finally, this is someone who, man, like, what a nice guy. And we don't really have a whole lot that overlaps in terms of what we like to read. But Monty Adkins books, like, Monty is such a kind soul, and I really would love to see his channel do better. He is such a nice guy. He's been so kind to me, and I really appreciate him, even though, like, reading wise, a very different taste, which is fine, and that's part of the beauty of Booktube, right? So anyway, I would love to hear, again, your answers to these questions. If there's a booktuber that you think needs more hype, like, you tell me about them down below. If there's a booktuber that inspires you, I want to know. So answer these questions down below in the comment section. If you have a channel and I haven't mentioned you and you want to make this tag, like, please, by all means, go for it. And finally, I just want to say, I feel like I'm living in a dystopic novel. I feel like I'm living in some kind of alternative history. I don't really, like, I don't understand. I have heard from people from literally from one coast of America to the other side of America, and who are in pain, who are hurting. And I just want you to know that, like, and even beyond across ponds, across other places, like, I just want you to know, like, I am thinking of you. I'm feeling, I worry about you, and I feel your pain, and I feel maybe your anxiety, but I just have to keep believing that, like, something good is gonna happen. I hope. I don't know. It's just a crazy time to be alive. Yeah. Anyway, and so when I make silly videos like an Alice in Wonderland fake rate and my silly Irish readathon videos, like, it's just kind of my way of trying to combat the darkness, because the darkness could easily swallow me up. Yeah. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will be back soon with another video.